Hi guys, welcome back, and today we'll be talking about the player state. This is a continuation of the multiplayer series that I've been doing. And yeah guys, if you guys haven't joined my Discord server, link is down in the description. You guys can join that. And let's get started. So the player state is basically just a replicated object which exists one per player. So if me and my friend is playing a match, so we both will have one player state. And the good thing about player states is that each client can have access to it. But again, if you want to change variables which are marked as replicated, you'll again need to do it from the server. Now let's just see how to use it. So in order to create one, I just created a new folder. So you can just right click, go to blueprint class and type in player state, and you should find player state over here. You can create that, and if you open that up, it should look like any normal blueprint editor with your viewport construction script as well as your event graph. Of course, all the stuff inside the player state will be done inside the event graph. So let's get started. So I've just created two variables. One is of type integer and it's called kills, and another one is called deaths. So the idea here is that if this variable is marked as replicated, any client can access it each time. So let's actually set up a simple script to access that. So there's not much to the player state, to be honest. A couple of things. You can actually do a few more things with the player state. Even though there's not much, there are a few functions which you might use. So head into your third person character, assuming that's what you're using. So if you just let's just do an event on X key maybe. So X key. Let's just make sure we don't have any of that. Okay, we don't have any other bindings. So now let's actually set up the functionality. So we'll just do get all actors of class. Again, this is not ideal, this is just for the sake of the tutorial. And remember, both your character as well as your player controller will have one instance of the player state. It'll be stored as a variable actually. And let's just do a loop, and not equals self. If that's true, then we are going to get the player state. You can actually drag off of that. So as you see, each character has its an instance of the player state, and as you can see with the two balls on the top of the variable, that this variable is indeed replicated. Now we can do a couple of things. One is get player name. By default, this is going to return your computer's name. You can of course change that by overriding it either through your C++ code, or if you're using advanced sessions or something, you could do that. So let's actually click on play, and I should have probably reduced the font size, but again when I press X nothing happens because I'm alone over here, and play as listen server. Now if I press play and if I click on X, you see that you get the name, and even over here it prints the name of this player. So what we can infer from this is that the player state is accessible from both the server as well as all the clients. So that's pretty much it. And if you want, you could even get the kills variable. Of course you'd show it on the widget. We might need to cast it over here. Cast to BP main player state, and we're going to get kills, and we can just print that out. And if we compile that, it shouldn't really work. Yeah, that's because we don't have it set up. So head into your world settings, and under your game mode override, under player state, just select your BP underscore main player state. Now if I press X, you see that I get the variable, but what I can also do is on begin play, I can just set this to a random integer. So random integer, or maybe let's say any number between 0 as well as 10. And since this is a pure function, it will call twice. So we go ahead, press play. See, the client has 8 kills and the server has 2. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope this was helpful, and make sure you guys do leave a like, and make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel if you guys haven't already, and make sure you hit the bell icon so you won't miss any future videos. And yeah guys, the next video will be a comparison between blueprints and C++, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that.